Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you, if not all of you, don't know who I am. Well, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Priest. 24, the same age as most of the audience I'm speaking to, and originally from Washington. And while normally I'd go into all my backstory and all of that shenanigans, but that's not important. The important thing is why I am here today. I'm here today because I am absolutely sick and fucking tired of you liberals. I am absolutely sick and fucking tired of seeing the world change and y'all get fucked with it because you're not intelligent enough or you don't even know where to start about how to make a difference, how to stop it, or even put in the effort to change it. I'm sick and fucking tired of running into a day-to-day NPC, a person with no motivations, no aspirations, walk everywhere and to do anything with their head fucking down, depressed, on medication, working 9-to-5 fucking job, and completely just astounded by the way things are. Well, let me tell you, it starts by the fact that all of y'all are being manipulated. All of y'all are being lied to. All of y'all are being forced to think a certain way. All of your freedoms in regards to speech have been snatched 30 plus years ago. Employers ain't gonna help you change your life. Your family, 7 times out of 10, ain't gonna help you change your life. It's only up to you. So I'm here today to educate you in the best way that I fucking can, so at least I can help a select few, if not all of you, start to think differently. Because I'm sorry to tell you, if you don't, your life as you know it in the next 3 to 5 years is going to change before your very eyes. And because you're a loser now and choose not to listen to me, so you're a loser then, wonder how it got so fucked in the first place. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I have lived a loser life. I'm here because I got out of the matrix. I think that the things that I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, are validated to some extent because I drive a foreign vehicle. I take care of my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, and all my nieces and nephews. I have a house. I have a double-digit $1,000 Audemars on my fucking wrist. So I made it to a point in my life to where I can provide for and take care of everybody around me without blinking, without hesitating, or without thinking twice. So in 3 to 5 years' time, when life does change and when all these government-backed agencies fuck you backwards, I'm not gonna be the one affected by it because I've made the changes that I need to make now, sooner than later. And so I'm trying to give you word of wisdom on how you can do it too. I am trying to give you words of wisdom on how you can start thinking differently, how you can stop doing certain things, and for you fucking loser men out there, how you can get your masculinity that's been long forgotten back. That's why I'm here. I'm here to educate you. I am here to expose all of the corruption in our politics and our economics and our governments and our government-backed agencies and foreign agencies that's about to penetrate our country. I am name dropping to the fucking point. So by the time you listen to me, by the time you actually put in the effort and do your own due diligence and do your own research, you'll be as educated enough to stop your life from going down this rabbit hole of being a shitbox. You'll at least be educated enough to where you can make more accurate decisions on how to positively affect other people and yourself. That's why I'm here. So, with all of that out of the way, let's begin. And let's start off with the fact of, and I'm talking to a lot of my men when I say this, let's start off with the fact of you need to change and rewire your entire mindset. It is absolutely ridiculous how a lot of you fucking men think. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I can't fucking believe it. How your focus is so in polar opposite of where it needs to be. What your goals are, you ain't got none. What your ambitions are, you ain't got none. What your aspirations are, you ain't got none. What your habits, they're all fucking bad. You're a fat slob living in your mom's basement, beating your meat every other fucking day, watching other men fuck girls when you should be fucking the girls. And you wonder why your life is a piece of shit. Because you're a piece of shit. So yeah, I'm talking to you men out there. Please, for the love of baby Jesus, listen to me when I tell you that if you pay attention, if you lock in and you take in what I'm trying to change you, all of them bad habits that you got and the hedonistic lifestyle that you're living, you won't do anymore. So, to start off, as stated, it starts with a mindset change. Understand that you are being manipulated. And you are being manipulated to the point of the very commercials that you're watching, the very TV shows that you're watching. You're being manipulated via the home corridors in which your family resides. Because a lot of the times, y'all families ain't talking about shit either. Y'all sisters and y'all brothers are all talking about asinine topics. None of them are educated. None of them are about politics. None of them are about economics. None of them are about your active growth and development. Exclude the very few in between families that are. But for those that are not, that's where it starts. And understand that none of this is by coincidence. None of this is by accident. None of this is because you have a piece of shit family. It's all from the fucking government. It's propaganda that's being fed to the below tier of a politician, to the below tier of CNN and Fox News and ABC News, to the low tier of people that religiously watch them, to the low tier of people that create commercials and advertisements and pharmaceutical companies, to people that design, to lower tier people that design cartoons, programming our kids' mindset, putting these little hints and little colors and little cartoon characters that says pro Namba and wonder why our kids are so fucking fast. It's because it is all a certain degree of propaganda from the high-ass elites up top, and it affects you on a day-to-day life. I cannot believe that I've seen a 35-year-old man and I actively see 36, 40, 20-year-old men with nipple piercings. You only kind of see this shit in the Western Hemisphere. But understand that all of this is a part of propaganda. Understand, you are a five-sum of the people that you surround yourself with and a product of the environment you're living in. So if the environment are all losers, you're by default going to be geared towards being a loser. If everyone you know is talking about bullshit, they're all having asinine conversations, they're all liberals or conservatives, and they don't have any moral beliefs, they think women should be in power all the time, they're all listening to fucking Megan Thee Stallion and all of these celebrities that are like, fuck niggas, eat this pussy and get money. What do you think you're gonna be a product of? And none of this, again, is by coincidence. All of this is by design. The sooner you realize that, the better you will be off. Stop listening to the music that you're listening to. Stop listening, and this is to my females, stop listening to all of these Glorilla, Sexy Red, fucking Megan. Stop listening to them. They are programming your fucking mind. And for those of you who don't care, then okay, cool. Be a loser. Listen to them. Have no value. Never get married. Never meet a man in value. Be a loser. Sign up for fucking OnlyFans where anybody could see you naked for penny change and a dirt ass couch. Okay, be that person. But for a lot of you ladies that actually want to change your mindset as well, it starts off by the very things that you see and do and listen to on a day-to-day basis. Understand this, that it is propaganda. These governments are controlling you, and you only have X amount of time to get out before it is too late. Let me put this into scenario if a lot of you ladies don't believe me. Let's say I'm a piece of shit female. I've never seen more than $5,000. I don't know how to do anything. I never graduated school, or even if I am in school, I fucking suck at it. I don't have any friends. I don't have any close family like that. I'm fucking miserable. I'm clinically depressed. But one thing I can do is, I can rap. I can sing. So, I post this video because one of friends said I should post something. So I post this video and it goes viral. And a white collar individual dressed in a black suit reaches out to me and says, you know what? I like your music. I like how good you are. I can give you a career. I can change your life. If you come work for me in blood letters, if you say the things that I want you to say, if you promote the ideas that I want you to promote, let's say that's fuck niggas, wet coochie, get this money. You have to preach that to the public for 10 years. I'll give you $100 million. To a loser that ain't got nothing, that's never had $5,000 to their name, they're gonna jump when the fucking owner of that music industry is going to say how high. They're going to jump without no questions. They're going to jump. They're going to take that contract and they're going to be a good little dog and promote exactly what that company wants them to promote. If that company wants them to promote fuck niggas, they're going to rap their next 10 songs about how niggas ain't shit. If their company wants to promote LGBTQ, 4K, HDMI community, that's exactly what they're going to promote. If their company wants to promote or do a concert via a fucking election on the behalf of the contract that they, again, signed in blood letters, that is what they're going to promote. And if they don't, by all means, I'll take all your money from you. I'll make you a nobody again. And y'all think that this doesn't happen in real time. It is unbelievable for how many women that I see screaming up and down, fuck niggas get money. For no reason, just because they listen to a person that's built right, prosthetically, say it. And wonder why they don't got any functional and intelligent and any degree of men with value. Because the lifestyle that they're living, the friends that they're surrounding themselves with. So ladies, please, it starts off with stop listening to all the asinine music that you're listening to. If you keep listening to the music that you're listening to, you're already putting yourself in an environment in which it's making you harder to change. If you wake up and you listen to Megan Thee Stallion, if you go to sleep, listen to Sexy Red. If you hang out during the day with your friends, listen to Glorilla. How do you expect these badass mindsets and badass fucking habits and horrible mentalities that you have to leave? How do you expect it to change? How do you expect it to stop? It's not. Understand that. That's to my ladies. And for you men, stop fucking jacking off. Stop jacking off. Stop caring about women. Stop chasing women. Stop DMing 100 girls a fucking day. Stop talking about women. When you're around your guy friends, I should not be hearing, man, I got so many bitches. I got this roster. That's what's keeping y'all stupid, deaf, and blind. That's what's keeping y'all stupid. Understand this. It is by design that these women are seductive. It's in their nature. It is by design for a woman to be a deterrent to a man's mindset. It is by design for women to post videos and post pictures and post statuses that is sexually appealing to distract you men. If you men just shut the fuck up, stop thinking the way you're thinking, traditionally speaking, with your dick, and actually think with some degree of intelligence and decorum, then maybe, you'll get some of your confidence back. Maybe, just maybe, you'll get some of your masculinity back. Maybe, just maybe, you'll actually start seeing the bigger picture and things of which conversations that are very much important other than women. I'm telling you, it all starts with a mindset change. That's the very beginning of it. is to change your ideals, change your fucked up habits, stop masturbating because that kills your masculinity, and start advocating for yourself. Y'all be steady talking about how many bitches you got. Y'all steady be talking about how many hoes you want to fuck. Y'all steady be talking about how I'm going to DM this girl and how bad she is. Understand that these girls that you're very much talking about do not want you. They want the very men that I'm trying to help you become. They want the very men that make 6 figures a year, that's 6 plus 2 feet, that's athletically built, and that's wealthy. They want them. They don't want you. So as soon as you stop giving a fuck about them and you become that very man, then the ladies will come later. Understand that your value doesn't progress until you're probably 30, 40 years old anyway. So if you are 16, 17, 18, or 25, stop fucking worrying about them. Stop. It is these habits and mindsets that you men have that are keeping y'all trapped and confined in the very corridors of limitations. Women is the number one. Masturbating is number two. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people is number three. And living in the wrong place is number four. If you are doing all of these things, then you just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different profiles stacked against you. So stop thinking a certain way. Stop talking to all of these women because they're all going to suck your energy dry. They're all going to take and not give. They aren't going to provide you with any degree of substance. They're just going to fucking deplete you mentally and physically. And that is not what you want as a masculine or supposed to be masculine man. That is not what you want. And let's not even talking about you loser men that do talk to women and are yes ma'am, no ma'ams. You're that kind of guy. You spend bands on girls to spend out for dinner and don't get none. You're in a relationship and that girl wears the pants and she bosses you around and you wonder why the fuck you're stressed and miserable and fucking lonely because you are a yes ma'am and no ma'am kind of guy. You have no degree of masculinity. There's a science, speaking of, there is a science proven on New York Times back in the 1900s, an average man handshake, the strength between handshake, the pounds that they gripped each other's hand was about 97 pounds. Now it's less than 40. In other words, that means you men are shaking hands like bitches. That's what that means. It means you're doing this. And while a handshake may not be important, it's all based off of the psychology of that very man. If your handshakes are feminine, 9 times out of 10, your ideals are feminine. Your habits are feminine. The things that you do on a day-to-day basis are feminine. The niggas you surround yourself with are feminine. And you expect you to be any more masculine? Stop. I'm telling you, if you change the very little things that you do in the 18 hours that you are actively operating on a day-to-day basis, you will be better off than not. You will. You will. And let me give you a pro tip to start another conversation. Let me give you a pro tip on how you can get your masculinity back. Because I believe in everything that I'm telling you, especially what I'm about to tell you. I believe in confidence. So the first step amongst stop doing all of that bullshit is start believing in yourself. Start having confidence in yourself. Be fucking arrogant. It is a man's nature to be confident and arrogant. It has always been and it has always will be. These are key traits of masculinity. Understand that. Feeling superior to the next person has always been a masculine trait. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they're a fucking loser and they're trying to psyop you into the ideal of equality, which again is not a coincidence. It is not by accident. It is not because that person wants to see you any better. It is a government-backed idea that we are all equal. So understand, when you stop beating your meat, when you stop DMing all these fucking women, when you stop caring so much and chasing pussy, when you start motivating the people that are around you, when you start going to the gym, when you start eating healthy, when you start working fucking hard all the time, and you start suffering, and you start being competitive, and you start being confident, and you start being arrogant, and you start feeling superior because you are doing these things and you are feeling more superior than the next person, your masculinity will come back. I'm telling you, it will. And if anybody tells you that you're wrong, you're not. That is another government psyop, is equality. Understand that the basis of all of these manipulations and little tools and little conversations and feminine women come to you and say it's not right, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't be so mean, and you should think about their feelings. All of this is trying to psyop you in being a less of a man. Men back in the day didn't give a fuck how women felt. They did what they wanted to do. They did what they wanted to when they wanted to, and it is what it is. If you didn't like it, move around. Men were also competitive back in the day. They competed. They fought lions. They fought tigers. They fought in a fucking arenas. They competed every single day. That was their nature. Men blatantly stated that one was superior than another. Men always had a complex of superiority versus a loser. They have always had that. And y'all will sit here today and say to one another, it's wrong to feel superior or better than the next person? That has been throughout our history for centuries, superiority. How do you think monarchs came to fucking be? How do you think kings came to be? How do you think royal families came to be? Because they had something, they knew something, or they did something that the other person did not have, do, or say. Via make them more superior. So they have more money, they have more wealth, they have more access, they have more power. That's how it's always been. And in modern day society, you'll listen to all of these women, you'll listen to all of these feminine ass men, you'll listen to all of these liberals and telling you it is wrong to feel superior. It is wrong to think that you're better than the next person. It is okay for you to beat your meat because the next person says, I do it too, bro. It's okay, it's normal. You have too much testosterone, so you need to let it out. Understand that all of these are degrees of psyop in which, if you believe in it, you will be psyop too. It's all manipulation, and none of this is by coincidence. None of this is by accident. It is all by design. The government consistently publishes ads on social media that it's okay to be gay. Fucking Barack Obama made gay marriages legal. In Washington state, there's a gay fucking pride with all the sidewalks painted rainbow. You could walk and see on the balcony on the 15th floor 2 men fucking and making out. In California, they got the same shit. All of this is the psyop and thinking that it's okay. So if you feel like you're an outsider, it's okay. Come to the pride. It's okay. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's okay. Do this feminine thing. It's okay. You don't have to be competitive. You don't have to be super aggressive. It's okay to be in a closet. We accept you. All of this is fucking psyop. It's manipulation. Don't believe that shit. And there ain't nobody better than telling you these things other than therapists and counselors. Those are also manipulation tactics and thinking that some things that are okay when it is not. If a fucking person, let's say you are in a therapist and you are a man and you are talking about how you do not feel comfortable in a man's body, so you want to become a female or you want to identify as a female. If that therapist tells you that is okay, they are mentally preparing you to be a loser and to be an NPC and to be nobody, to be a subject of our government propaganda. Not only a subject, but a successful one. Now that I've made you a subject, I want you to tell other people that too, so you can make them subjects. It is manipulation. Understand that. Counselors, to me, are useless. Therapists, to me, are useless. They're all useless. All of them say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, it's okay. They don't really care about you. They're not paid to care about you. They're paid to shut the fuck up. They're paid to say yes. They're paid to nod their head. They're paid to say it's okay. They're paid to say it's gonna be okay. They're paid to say you're strong. You can hear that shit on a YouTube video. What is the point? If you are a man struggling to be comfortable in a man's body, so you want to identify yourself as something fucking stupid like a female, then you're stupid and you are a loser and you need fucking help. And I'm not talking about the help of medication or counselor. I'm talking about you seriously need to surround yourself with proper men. You need to surround yourself with proper audiences. You need to surround yourself with proper people that are all going to tell you that, bro, what the fuck? You are wrong. You are crazy. That is not right. You need to do man things. You need to go hunting. You need to go to the gym. You need to do these masculine things in order to get that masculinity to feel normal within your own body. You need to meditate. You need to pray. You need to do these things. The reason a lot of the times people, women, vice versa, want to be men, and men, vice versa, want to be women, the reason why they feel like that is because their household is never secure. Their household got drama in it. Themselves don't surround themselves with people who care about them, people who are positive and are normal, people who talk about conversations of substance. They're also never surrounded in a great environment. You will never come across a person ever, and I stand by this, I will fight by this to the death of me. You will never come across a male or female that wants to identify as some idiot that they know they are not, and they come from a healthy background, they come from a healthy household, they have both male and female parents in their life, their male is structuring them as they should, they're surrounded by great people, and they're in a good environment. You will never come across a mentally ill person like that. Mental illness is a catalyst from trauma. Mental illness is a catalyst from traumatic environments. Mental illness is a catalyst from traumatic people. Understand that. So again, none of this is by coincidence. None of this is by accident. All of this is by design. I just can't understand it. I cannot understand it. I cannot understand it when I hear a 16-year-old is depressed, or a 15-year-old is depressed, or an 18-year-old is depressed. 9 times out of 10, y'all haven't even experienced real life yet. Y'all haven't went through true pain and true suffering. And if you sit and you tell me that you're a 16-year-old depressed because your mom and dad are arguing, and you wonder why you're depressed when you grow up. And because you're depressed, you're going to go on antidepressants. So Big Pharma is going to make money off of you. And by all means, they don't want you to be healthy. They want you to be on antidepressants. They want you to pay for that subscription. And even if you don't pay for that subscription and you have insurance, they want you to pay insurance so that insurance can pay the fucking company. They want you to be ill. Understand that. That is not by accident. That is not design. These governments don't want you to have a mind for yourself. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to surround yourself with people that think for yourself. That's why a lot of the times police will get curious when they see a group of 10 people and pull you over for fucking nothing. They don't want you to use your number one asset, which is your brain. It is your cranium. That's your number one asset. When you wake up late and you're late to work and you go to sleep late because you're watching fucking TV and you smoke weed or you do drugs throughout the day, on top of listening to dumb music, on top of masturbating, on top of being surrounded by people who don't give a fuck about you that are also doing the same things as you, but on top of not making any degree of money, and then wake up the very next morning and feel like shit, that is the perfect person for the government. You'll never have time to think. By God, please wake up late and be late to work. By God, please stay out late and don't go to sleep. By God, please surround yourself with people who live a hedonistic lifestyle. By God, please masturbate and watch pornography. By God, please be fat and obese and eat a bunch of crackers and fucking McDonald's. Please. And then wake up and do it again. But I'm also going to make sure that you live this lifestyle. So I'm going to publish cartoons. I'm going to publish TV shows. I'm going to publish ads. I'm going to publish all kinds of shit. News articles, YouTube videos. I'm going to publish all of this. So while you're doing everything I want you to do, now you're having an extraterrestrial source tell you to do it as well. And then boom, hook, line, and sinker. Your ass is a loser and you're an NPC. And you're miserable and you're souped up on antidepressants to the very much point of that you will never be normal again, that you will not be normal without them. It is all by design. It is not by accident. It is not by coincidence. And if you do not want to live that life, I'm sorry. It starts off with the very little things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Stop beating your meat. Stop going to sleep super fucking late. Wake up earlier so you can develop your cognitive thinking. Read a fucking book, meditate, go on a jog, eat healthier, work out more. Stop chasing women that don't want to be chased. You then inflate their fucking ego. And let alone stop chasing the women that do want to be chased. Stop getting led on. Stop buying all these bitches dinners. Stop. When you start doing these things, then your life will start changing. Stop surrounding yourself with fucking people that encourage you to do the very things I'm telling you not to do. And you women, stop listening to the music you're listening to. Stop watching the TV shows that you're watching. Stop binge watching, getting fat, eating everything in the household and not doing nothing. Stop smoking all of this weed. Stop doing all of these drugs. Stop going to all of these parties and stop getting fucked by all of these men. The funny thing is, and it's a little ironic, the funny thing is even though I'm telling y'all to stop doing these things, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't. Y'all care too much about pleasure. Y'all care too much about the next ejection. Y'all care too much about the next adrenaline rush. Y'all are all adrenaline junkies. That's what y'all care about. Y'all care about that so much more, you're willing to subject yourself and work in a bare fucking minimum job, doing the bare duties that any fucking body can do without that job, by living in a piece of shit house because you have a poor job and not wanting to do anything different. And because you have a piece of shit job and a piece of shit house and a piece of shit environment with piece of shit friends, I'm gonna smoke drugs, I'm gonna smoke weed, and I'm gonna do all of this bullshit to mellow the pain. I'm gonna drink and I'm gonna get drunk and I'm gonna fucking have hangovers because I don't wanna feel the pain. Now I'm an alcoholic and I can't get off of it. And if I do get off of it, I'm clinically depressed. So now I need to go get insurance that's gonna pay the pharmaceutical companies. Now, if I don't have insurance, I'm going to spend the money I don't have, go get some fucking drugs, and be souped up on antidepressants for the rest of my life. And then be shocked that when I stop taking antidepressants, I'm actually depressed. Understand this. Depression is not a mental illness. It doesn't exist. It is a feeling, like being bored, like being tired, like being exhausted, like being energetic. All of these are feelings, like being happy, like being sad. Depression is amongst those. And they'll preach to you that depression is an illness. They'll have therapists tell you that you're ill, you're depressed, and you need to be put in a psychiatric hospital, or you need to be put on prescribed drugs that's actually going to make you depressed. It is not a fucking joke. Like, this is not a game. This is real life, and you are being played. You are getting slaughtered. Imagine like life is a game of chess. You are losing every day. You're losing every single round. You are. And when you are done losing and you finally get tired of it, like I was, and you'll take the initiative, then your life by default will change. It will change, but first you gotta want it to. A lot of y'all will sit and y'all watch this video and you'll do nothing about it. You'll sit and you'll watch this video, right after it you'll go drink, or you'll go to a party, or you'll just scroll back on TikTok waiting for your next adrenaline rush. That's what y'all do. That's the kind of geographic and demographic that I'm in. That is the kind of generation that we are. And it's sickening. Y'all should be tired. Y'all should be completely astounded by what's going on a day-to-day basis. Y'all should be sick. Y'all should be sick. Y'all should get tired of it, to the point where you actually want to stand up and make a difference. Especially you men. You men should be so tired to the point where you're willing to go stand on the forefront of society, as you should, and tell other people how the life that they're living is wrong and they should change. But y'all are afraid of scrutiny. Y'all are afraid of being talked about. Y'all are afraid of being canceled. The only reason why you'd be afraid of getting canceled is if you got on any form of or any degree of platforms to be noticed and for attention. Me, I don't care if I'm canceled or not. I don't care if people talk about me or not. Because if people are talking bad about me, 7 times out of 10, I'm doing something right. Especially when people are trying to silence me. And y'all want to act like this ain't nothing new. Y'all want to act like y'all are new to the fucking game. People have been silenced from years and years and years and decades back. Andrew Tate was silenced because he was preaching masculinity. Julian Assange was a reporter who got imprisoned for fucking 12 plus years because he was exposing US government war crimes and releasing CIA classified documents to the public on behalf of them. There are so many podcasts and elderly people that are on social media trying to put you on game, and they risk being canceled, and they don't give a fuck because at least they are on the forefront of society fighting the matrix, as I am here today. So, as stated, it starts off by you wanting to make a change. It starts off by you stop doing the little bullshit that you are doing. Masturbating, eating fatty foods all the time, not going to the gym, surrounding yourself with bad people, being in a certain environment, chasing women. It starts by those. It starts by you being more competitive. It starts by you being more outgoing. It starts by you slowly developing your more confidence because you're doing those things previously listed. It starts by you feeling superior than the next person. And if you are not superior than the next person and you're a loser less than the next person, then be competitive to become more superior than that person. That's where it fucking starts. That's where it starts. It starts by not listening to all this propaganda bullshit of equality, and it's okay to be gay, and it's okay to be turning into transgenders or transvestite. It's okay to identify as something that you're not. It's okay. Feel comfortable, feel at home. All of these cartoons, all of these movies, all of these TV shows, stop watching the fucking bullshit. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. Understand that you only have a few years, 5, maybe 5, to change your life, to stop doing the things that you're doing, to listen to what I am telling you to. You will maybe have 3 to 5 years to make a difference. Because if you don't make a difference in those 3 to 5 years' time, everything is borderline going to be digital. You're not going to have no tangible ID. So what happens, hypothetically speaking, if you don't listen to me or you don't listen to the 19 other men that are telling you to do the same things I'm telling you to do, if you don't listen? So in 5 years' time, you try to leave the country and you can't because you have a physical passport or you have a physical ID and they're no longer invalid because it's digital Oh, wait, you didn't get a new job. Oh, wait, you never left that environment. Oh, wait, you never decided to find any avenues to make more money. Oh, wait, you decided to be creative. So you don't have that digital thing that they're requesting you to have because you couldn't afford it. What happens when the very bank account that you have becomes digitalized and all your money is being read to you on a screen? So one day you can't log in because it says forgotten username or forgotten password. And when you try to re-get it or you try to memorize it, it says username and password don't exist. And when you call, since everything is fucking digital, nobody is helping. Nobody can help you. And when you finally do get a hold of someone, they say, we don't see an account. And now you're asked out of money. Now you're asked out of anything because you never had no assets. You never started getting creative on how you can protect your own money. You never stopped doing these things because you were too fixated on the day-to-day life of beating your meat, caring about women, being in an environment that's shitty, and surrounding yourself with shitty people. What happens then? What are you going to do? What are you going to do then? What are you going to do when, quote unquote, you will own nothing and subjectively be happy? What are you going to do then? A lot of y'all don't even know where that statement is from. It's from the World Economic Forum, and their goal is 2030. And if y'all don't even know what that means, oh my God, you are so fucked. You are so fucked. That's why I'm here. I am going to try to give you the tools on how you can actively make a fucking difference. Because if you don't, you will be miserable. If you don't, you will own nothing. If you don't, you will be nobody. If you don't, the middle class, let's say you're in the middle class, you're going to be the new homeless. And the homeless are going to die off. If you don't, you will be trapped forever. 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 There is going to be no way you can escape. There's going to be nothing you can do when it gets to that point. Because years before, when I told you that do this and do that, do this and do that, and there's 19 other people saying do this and do that, do this and do that, you didn't want to listen. Because you're so busy in the back room doing this, beating your meat like a fucking loser. Or you're too busy in panties and a bra listening to Megan Thee Stallion rolling up a blunt. Or you're too busy going out and staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning with your girls or with your guys doing nothing productive. Or you're too fat and you're so addicted to food because you're miserable. I hope you know that's how that happens. People get fat because they're miserable. You don't change. You don't change. I am trying to give you the tools. I am trying to help you and I am trying to educate you. That's why it is not a game. Escape before it is too late. It is time to wake up and realize the game that is being played on you every single day. I will release a series on exposing, like I said way earlier in the video, exposing government-backed agencies, exposing corrupt politicians, exposing horrible fucking states that you should never go to and you should stay away from, exposing propaganda, exposing the elites, exposing fucking entities that are way beyond the fucking Illuminati, exposing families that run the world, hedge funds that run the world, investors that run the world, by name, by efficiency, by governments. I will give you the tools to do your own due diligence, to do your own research, to read your own fucking books, and come up with your own conclusion, your own hypothesis. And if you aren't even smart enough, let alone emotionally intelligent enough to have your own opinion, then you are in for a big surprise. 5 years. It's 2025. 5 years from now is 2030. We do not have a long time.